What is up, my fellow nerds? I'm Chris, and welcome back to Dees Nerds, and it is that time of the month where we're going to be doing a movie haul. The first thing that we got here is the Dark Knight Trilogy, which of course is one of my favorite iterations of Batman. And Michelle actually got these as an early Christmas gift for me, and she wanted to be able to watch them earlier in the month of December with me, so we went through and she gave them to me earlier, and I definitely enjoyed these. Definitely Batman Begins, I think it definitely got the biggest improvement from Blu Ray to 4K. It looks really good here. The Dark Knight also looks really good, but of course it's not as big of an improvement, I think. And then likewise for The Dark Knight Rises. Already, because I think the Blu Ray looks really good as is. So like there wasn't as much improvement there, but it still looked really good and there was an improvement there. My mother got me basically my childhood in a box on 4K, but she got me the Burton Schumacher Batman films on 4K in steelbook. And y'all, these steelbooks are awesome. They look great. One reason why I wasn't real keen on the 4K box set that came out, the regular one, is because the outline of Batman is the George Clooney Batman. One thing that really bothers me with packaging is especially when you're talking about a whole film series, and I think I complained about this on the Mummy trilogy that I was talking about in a previous movie haul. If you're going to put out something and it's going to be indicative of the entire set, you don't need to pick the worst part of that series and put on the box. So the outline of it is indeed the George Clooney Batman, which I am not a big fan of, at least being representative of the whole Burton Schumacher thing. So didn't really understand that, didn't really like that, and wasn't really a big fan of the artwork on the individual releases either. Just didn't really like them. But the steelbooks here, I'm a huge fan of. I think they look fantastic. So I'll take each of these out and just show it to you. So they're all kind of the same theme as you go across. But Batman 1989 is there, and then of course they have the silhouette of Batman on the back there. And then if you open it up, of course it has a shot of the Batmobile from 1989 as well. And that's going to be the theme throughout each of these four releases. You know, kind of the same idea with the bat signal, the title, a silhouette of Batman, and then a shot of the Batmobile on the inside of it. So of course that's in blue. And for Batman Returns, it is in purple. And same thing with the silhouette there on the back. And then, get that open, a shot of the Batmobile on the inside there. So again, I think that to me, that is a huge improvement, and it looks really great. We'll do Batman Forever as well. There's Batman Forever. There's the silhouette on the back. And then there's the Batmobile there. And then lastly, the black sheep of the bunch, Batman and Robin, right there. And then a nice, cool little thing, of course, having Batman and Robin on the back in silhouette. And then a shot of the very much, which the rest of it's under the disc there, but the very toyetic, I believe Schumacher referred to that movie, the very toyetic looking Batmobile. Again, I really love these, and I'll tell you what, we've already watched all of these. I love Batman, the Batman films, pretty much all of them. I've done reviews for the first two, Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. The goal is to do one a month, Batman Forever obviously being this month, Batman Robin being the next month, doing the Nolan films after that, and just kind of covering all that, just in anticipation here within in 2022, the Batman being released, Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's. I think that there is a huge improvement on all four of these from Blu-ray to 4K. I think Batman, it looks a little bit more teal. It's got a little bit more of a teal look to it, which to me is not a huge deal, but it is noticeable. But the picture quality is a huge improvement as well. You know, they did kind of redo some sound effects like gunshots and whatnot. So again, I'm not crazy about that, but I can forgive it, especially with the uptick in picture quality. Batman Returns looks stunning. It looks really good. The Blu-ray looked really good. So it's not as far as there being a huge improvement as relating to, like, say, Batman 1989, the improvement from Blu-ray to 4K. This one is still, it looks amazing. It's probably the best looking one of the bunch, honestly. Batman Forever, it had a huge improvement from Blu-ray to 4K as well, and it looks really good now. It's one of the better looking ones. I'd say I'd put it just behind Batman Returns. And Batman and Robin, I feel like this one looked really good on Blu-ray, but it definitely is a good improvement as well. One thing that I think really stops this set short of being a definitive set is that they don't include the special features that have been on, DVD releases, Blu-ray releases with each of these films. There's, a really great documentary series that goes with each installment, and as well as just other special features and whatnot. Those are not here. They're not on the 4K disc, and they didn't include a Blu-ray with it. So basically, if you want kind of the definitive Burton Schumacher set, you're going to have to own these and then keep your Blu-rays, which I'm planning on doing. I know I've seen several people online that have complained about that, especially whenever the individual releases had them. The individual 4K releases had those, like a Blu-ray with it that had those special features. So that's the only thing, but since I have the Blu-ray set, I've got these, and I think this is probably, we'll see, but I really think this is going to be the last time I'm buying the Burton Schumacher set. Next up, I'm finally finishing out the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series by picking up the final 2 installments here. Wanted, Bebop, and Rocksteady, and the final chapters. So currently me and my daughter, as I've mentioned in previous movie hauls, me and my daughter are watching through this series. She's going to be 4 in February, and she just loves this version of the Turtles. She calls it the Fast Turtles, and the 1987 cartoon, the Slow Turtles. I don't know, that's how she does it. But we've really enjoyed going through it. We're currently on the Super Shredder DVD set, finishing it through, and spoiler alert, we just got where Splinter dies, and it's really sad. I'm heartbroken right now. So, but we're finishing that up, and then we'll finish these 2 out, and we'll be able to finish it up. So next one we picked up is, of course, one of the great football movies of all time, Any Given Sunday. Honestly, it's been a long time since I've watched this, and so I'm kind of interested to go back and revisit it. I remember whenever I did watch it, I remember really liking it. Of course, you can't go wrong with Al Pacino, Cameron Diaz, I think in LL Cool J in this. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I mean, there's just a ton of different great actors in this, so you can't go wrong. It's a great football film, and I'm happy to check it out. On the holiday front, we picked up a release that I've really loved for a long time, but just never picked it up on physical media. Big Adam Sandler fan, so 8 Crazy Nights. This is indeed from, of course, the Choice Collection from, I can't remember who did this. Oh, it's Sony. They actually burn the discs, so it's actually a BDR, which I have mixed feelings on, but there's the disc, and I think it's really interesting if you can't decide if a release is actually a burned disc release or not. Just look for the Blu-ray logo. You notice the Blu-ray logo is not printed on the case itself. The Blu-ray logo is nowhere on this. It just says in text, Blu-ray disc. Same thing on the back. If you can't find the Blu-ray logo, and even looking at that, see Blu-ray disc is only on is only in text. If you can't find the actual Blu-ray logo, then you'll know it's a BDR. My line of thinking is, I really like the film. This is probably the only way this is going to be released, so I picked it up. Next up, we picked up a couple of music movies, basically, is how I count them. One is a biopic. It's, of course, Rocket Man on Elton John. I don't know if I'd call myself an Elton John fan, but every time I hear an Elton John song, I love it. So I think this is definitely, I think he's an artist I really respect. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I do really respect him and respect the music that he makes. So I'm excited to kind of see this. I've heard really good things about it. Finally to pick it up on 4K as well. Me and my wife actually watched this the other night and loved it, because of course we also love the Beatles. But yesterday, great film. I thought it looked really good on 4K actually. And I wasn't expecting really it to blow me away, because it's not really like an action film or something like that, but I think it looked really good, and it's a great movie. Next up is something for Charlotte, but it's also for us too, because Michelle and I, we really love these movies too. But Lego Movie and Lego Movie the second part, these are just really fun films, and there's a lot of especially if you're of course I'm a big Batman fan. I love the Lego Batman movie. I actually got that before I even watched these. And of course, Will Arnett as Batman is in these movies as well. So I love all the little nods and everything with that character. But I mean, it's just great overall. They jam a bunch of pop culture references in there. They're just great fun, and Charlotte loves them as well. Of course, I mean, they're great for kids and they're great for adults. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to go through here is a ton of seasons of the Arrowverse. I've made it a mission, and Michelle's made it a mission, that we're going to pick up the whole Arrowverse on physical media, and basically we're going through and we're watching it from the beginning. So we've just kind of backtrack a little bit. Michelle and I have been a fan of the Arrowverse, but we really kind of lost track and fell behind on watching it about 2 years ago. So we're kind of behind. We haven't really finished the finale of Arrow, although I kind of have a general idea of how that all worked out. So we really want to kind of start fresh and watch it from the beginning and then catch up with it through to today. So we're doing that right now. Currently we're on Arrow Season 3. So we've watched Arrow Season 1, Arrow Season 2, Arrow Season 3, and Flash Season 1. So that's where we're at currently. And so the idea is to not really kill ourselves with trying to pick it up all at once unless we find a good deal. Well, we found several good deals. Now, we're kind of missing a big picture, a lot of the big picture here. And like there's some cases where we don't have some of the leading up seasons to the set that we got. But we found good deals. Basically, if we can find them for under $15, we're going to grab them when we see them. And then unless we get to that season where we really need to have that season, then we'll go ahead and pay whatever the price is for it. So in doing that, we picked up, now we only own the Flash Season 1 and 2, but we did find the 5th season for under $15. So now we own 1, 2, and 5. We'll pick up 3 and 4 at some point, whenever we need to or whenever we find a really good deal on it. Likewise, with Arrow, we own 1 through 3, but we picked up Arrow Season 4, Season 5. 6th season was still kind of expensive. It was like $30, so we didn't pick that up. But the 7th season was pretty cheap, and the final season, the 8th season, was also pretty cheap. Also, the Legends from Tomorrow, like pretty much all of them were under $15, like 1 through 5. So there's Season 1, and Season 2, and Season 3, and Season 4, and Season 5. And then likewise, like I said, we haven't owned anything of Supergirl, but the 4th season of Supergirl was for under $15, so we bought that as well. So, like I said, my goal right now, we finished the Flash Season 1. We're in the middle of finishing Season 3. The next group of seasons is when Supergirl gets introduced, I believe. So then at that point, we'll watch Arrow Season 4, Flash Season 2, and then at some point we'll have to buy Supergirl Season 1 to continue. So we'll do it that way. Kind of convoluted, but I just kind of wanted to watch it as in order as possible. Our general line of thinking when we watch that is that we watch all the episodes in a season up to a team up. A really good example was like Flash Season 3 or Flash Season 1 and Arrow Season 3. We watched all the episodes in Arrow Season 3 up to the team up. We watched all the episodes in Flash Season 1 up to the team up, and then we watched the team up, and then we continue on with Arrow finishing out the season and Flash ending out the season, so that we kind of do it that way. It's a little convoluted, and it can get kind of hard to watch the Arrowverse that way, but that's the way we're choosing to do it now, so we can kind of get caught back up. All right, so that's our movie haul for December 2020. We're now in the new year, so Happy New Year, all you guys. We're looking forward to what 2021 will bring. Hopefully a lot better than what 2020's been. So hey, please let me know in the comments what you've been buying lately. Would definitely love to hear that. Also, any movie recommendations you might have, I'd love to hear those as well. Also, if you like what we're doing here at Dees Nerds, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to ring the bell icon so you know whenever we have new videos coming out. Also, we're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, so you can follow us there in between videos and see what content we're posting there. And also, we have merch. So, we have the link down there to our Teespring account there, so you can go on there, buy a t-shirt, buy a mug, if you like what we're doing here, if you want to support the channel, we just greatly appreciate that. Like I said, Happy New Year, you guys, and I'm Chris. We are Dees Nerds, and you guys have a great, safe rest of the day. Bye.